Wondering how to choose the best rental in Costa Rica for you? Watch this video for my top tips and things that you should be looking at when you're choosing a rental here. For the best advice and information on moving to Costa Rica, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I post new videos each week. Having lived in Costa Rica for years now, I've probably moved more times than I would like to admit. So I've lived in a lot of different styles of homes, ranging from very deep in the jungle, open air homes, apartment styles near the beach, and also 2 to 3 family homes as well. So when looking at homes to rent in Costa Rica, how do you choose the one that's best for you? The number one thing that you should consider is the location of the home. So are you going to have a car? Are you going to be walking? For those who are just moving to Costa Rica and don't know if you'll have a car or transportation set up, I highly recommend you choose a rental, at least at first, that you are walking distance to the things that you need. So making sure that the location is ideal for you and you can get to what you need, it's in a community that you're going to feel comfortable in. These are things that you should definitely really consider as step 1 of looking for your rental. Step 2, what is the outdoor space that you have in your rental and what is the neighborhood like? These are very important to consider. If you're a person who likes your privacy, you don't want to be right next to somebody else, then you're going to want to make sure you consider that when you're looking at your rental. Whereas if you are someone who is fine being in a neighborhood with houses that are a little bit closer, that's also something to consider. Does the neighborhood look safe to you? Do the neighbors look out for each other? Do you have the outdoor space you need? Do you not even care if you have outdoor space? Or do you like to spend a lot of time outside and want a nice outdoor space where you can enjoy outdoor living? Well, that's why a lot of people are coming here to Costa Rica, so they can be outside and be in nature. So if those things are important to you, check out the neighborhood, check out the outdoor space that you have at the home. Make sure that it kind of satisfies that level of privacy if you're looking for that, and that you know that you're going to feel good in that space. Step 3 is airflow. This is one that you may not have considered, but what is the airflow like in the home? This is going to determine, do you need air conditioning? If there is air conditioning, how much are you going to run it? So if you're someone who might be worried about the electricity bill, or you might be on kind of a tighter budget, you might want a house that has good airflow so that it's comfortable and you don't have to be running the AC all the time just to feel comfortable in your own home. Another point, Wi-Fi. So are you someone who's coming down, who's going to be relying to work from your computer? Are you going to be working from home? Do you like to watch Netflix? Do you want to be able to have video calls with your friends and family? It's going to be important for you to evaluate what type of Wi-Fi is there. If you're not sure, if you're not able to go there in person on your own and you're just kind of relying on what the landlord says, you can ask them to download, for example right here, a speed test app where they can actually get on their Wi-Fi network with their phone and confirm with you what the actual megabytes are. So this is something, I'm a Wi-Fi freak. I'm someone who I really like good Wi-Fi. So if this is you and you want to make sure that you're going to have good Wi-Fi, I would highly recommend testing it out for yourself. If you're already here in Costa Rica, be prepared to test it out. And also, if you're not, then ask the landowner to test it out for you. Although they may say that there is a certain amount of megabytes. For example, here in my home, I have 10. But when I test it, I barely have 3. So if this is important to you, don't just go by what they say. Ask them to do a test. Another thing that you'll want to have tested in your rental is consider the water pressure and does it have hot water. So check the water pressure. I've been in rentals that had very low water pressure. It made it difficult to wash dishes. And so some homes don't have hot water heaters. The traditional type that you might be used to in your country, which is kind of one of those big things. We have some of these instant hot water heaters, and if the pressure is too low, this can affect if it'll even turn on, or it'll either be super scalding hot or very cold. So definitely check the water pressure in your rental. That's just something to keep in mind. So what are some of your must-haves in a rental? Go ahead and comment below in this video. I have some more tips coming right now, but I'd love to know, what are some of your must-haves in a rental? The 7th thing that you should check in your rental is the functionality of appliances. And what is there that you can use? If you're coming and the home is fully furnished, what does it have? Is it a full kitchen versus a kitchenette? Because a kitchenette is kind of, maybe a little bit of a half kitchen. It might just have a burner stove, a refrigerator, and so really take that into consideration. Do you need a full kitchen? Also, do you need an oven? Some rentals I've found very commonly do not have ovens. Many of them do. So if this is something, if you like to bake, if you do a lot of cooking in your oven, does your rental have the appliances that you need? Another thing that you'll want to ask is, what does the rent include? Does it include the electricity, water, lawn maintenance, pool maintenance if there's a pool, Wi-Fi? These are things that you'll want to ask, what is actually included? Many times the electricity will not be included just because the landlord can't really know how you're going to use it. So don't be surprised if you do have a rental and the electricity is not included. Another thing to do when looking for your rental is ask the landlord, what is the average electricity bill? This is really important for your budgeting purposes. And also I want to know, if you do choose a rental that has a pool, then you can expect their electricity bill to be higher due to the pump. So just keep that in mind. If you're somebody with pets, this next tip is for you. Make sure that you ask about having your pets in the rental. I've noticed in Costa Rica, it's a pretty pet-friendly country, so most people here do have pets, so they're pretty open to having pets. They may ask for a deposit, like a pet deposit, but many times I have not been asked for a pet deposit. So just make sure that when you do find a rental that you really like, that you let them know that if you do have pets, they might ask what type of pet it is, what size, if it's a dog, and kind of what the temperament is. Next, you'll want to consider in your rental storage space. So if you're moving to Costa Rica, you're probably coming with some suitcases, different kinds of bags that you'll be traveling back and forth with. So keep in mind, what kind of storage space is it? Is it under the bed? Is there a nice storage closet? Just make sure that there's some storage space, because sometimes in smaller rentals, there may not be as much storage space. So this will just be something for you to consider so you're not staring at your luggage every day. And last but not least, before my pro tip, look at the safety and security of the home. So this will really vary on where you're living. Some homes have bars on the windows, some do not, some have security systems, some are already kind of located in a neighborhood where the neighbors already kind of watch out for each other. So just look around and see, okay, what kind of security does the home have? Do all the windows lock properly? What type of lock is on the door? So these are things that you'll definitely want to check into. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're secured, your things are secured. I personally have never had an issue here. I guess we've been fortunate, but just as a tip. And for my bonus pro tip for when you come to Costa Rica, make sure that you bring linens and a bed bug mattress cover. Probably if you get a queen or a full size in each, that will be sufficient, because that's probably what kind of beds you'll be renting. But the bed bug cover always made me feel comfortable knowing that, I have my own mattress cover. And then also your own linen. So in Costa Rica, it's kind of hard to find good linen. So make sure that you pack those in your bag and that you bring those with you. So there you have it. If you take these points into consideration, as well as your budget while you're looking for rentals, then you'll definitely have a more higher likelihood of finding something that's really a good fit for you. Also, if you want to join a community of others just like you that are either considering or actually moving to Costa Rica, I have a private Facebook group where I share lots of tips and tricks, and people are able to get to know each other in there. So the link to the Facebook group is in the description below. To get my mini ebook on 10 top most questions asked for people moving to Costa Rica, you can head over to my website, subscribe, download the ebook immediately, and see some of the answers to the top questions that I get asked about moving to Costa Rica. If you like this video, let me know by giving me a like below, subscribe to the channel, and share it with any friends or family that are considering a move down to Costa Rica as well. Also, comment below and let me know how helpful was this video and what your biggest takeaway was. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.